What's up, baby Gorgi? Listen, tonight's video, it's a fun one. You're gonna see me riffing at New York Comedy Club. The set went off the rails and it was pretty fun, pretty wild. And then I hung out with my boy Josh Johnson. I actually went on stage with him. Him and I riffed a little bit and it was a really, really fun night. And I kept my jacket on the entire time and the back of my underpants was soaking wet from the sweat dripping down my spine. The top of my ass crack was like a splish splash. Enjoy the video. Hey kids. Gonna go out there, couldn't really write today, stressed out about buying a house, things fall through, so maybe I'll just go up there and talk about that. I don't know, maybe I'll just do 5 minutes on the mortgage right now, damn it.
Literally, everybody please welcome Chris Distefano.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, hello, yes. How you doing? Yes, our lovely host, she has weak pelvic floor muscles and she just dribbles. And it happens, you know, sometimes you're a dribbler. You get it, ma'am. Sir, this is one of these things where I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be completely honest. I wasn't planning on doing stand-up tonight. I was just home with my family. And it's, you know what, I want to go out and do a set. And I regret it now. I should have just stayed home with my kids, but we're here now, and we're here now, and look, dude, I didn't have much time to write anything today. I've just been fighting with my family, pretty much all day. It's just been one of those days where you just wake up and there's just problems, humongous credit card bill. This morning, I was like, what the hell? My wife, she's like, well, money's up, everything's up. Everything costs more. Like, what do you want? It's the economy. It's tariffs, everything's up. Eggs are more expensive. I'm like, I didn't know they sold eggs at Sephora. What are you talking about? Eggs are up. Spend $900. I have to make the kids breakfast. Oh, really? With eyeliner? I didn't know that the kids need a concealer omelet. It's dumb. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm trying to buy a house. Nobody in my family wants the house I want, and this one wants one thing, the other one wants the other thing. I really don't know. I hope China takes over. I really just want China to win the trade war. I'm pulling for China. At this point, I just want to go communist. I really do. I'm tired of competing. The rates. What's your rate? Shut up. Just be a communist. It's easier to be Chinese. It is easier to be Chinese because it's just one of those things where it's communist, it's money, and then, everyone has the same thing. They kill girls. I could just kill the women in my family, and it's just Chinese rules. We're just playing by Chinese rules now, hon. You're dead. But what are you going to do? It's not for everybody. It's certainly not for you, ma'am. This comedy is not for everyone. You have to just accept that as life goes on. You just accept not everything's for everybody all the time. And, look, what do I want, Chris? I'm up here with my coat on from Zara. This is a birthday gift from my mother. And I wore it. And I also regret that because my back is sweating. But you're in it now and you deal with it and you move on, you perform for the band and, wherever these guys are, whatever band they're in, and I respect them. I like their music. It's fun. It's fun. I listen to it when my dad goes back home to Florida, and then I feel less gay. But even though I am fully gay and their music helps me with that, just accept it. We're 5 gay guys. And they're fun, dude, and you're fun, and you look like you're in shock. You have some kind of mental health condition. I could tell the way he's just looking at me like this. He looks kind of crazy, like he's going to stab me in the neck with a broken beer bottle on Park Avenue and get out of jail the next day. That's what the city rules are, folks. That's just what they are. And that's all right. But, look, dude, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. You don't care about the mortgage rates, right? That's not something you even think. Do you care about tariffs? Does it bother you? Why am I so worried about tariffs? How am I going to stop a trade war with China? What am I supposed to do? I can't do anything. I'm scared of the dark. I'm scared of ghosts. And I'm sitting here telling you I'm gonna solve the trade wars. Do you have a nose ring in? Oh, nice. I like that. That's a new thing now, guys. Look, dude, I've written nothing. Here's, I mean, dude, it's just, you ever have one of these days? That's what it is today. Wasn't supposed to be here. I watched that movie, what's the one with Demi Moore? Substance. Yeah, did you see that? What a crazy movie, right? That movie is out of control. Nuts. I mean, she's jumping at, different people coming out of her back. It was wild, dude. Yes. Well, that's the conversation for later. Now, my neighbor yesterday, this is just, my neighbor yesterday, it was just funny to watch like moments in a human's life. I just watch him, he's yelling at his kids. He's like coming out of the house, just screaming at his kids. He's like, Eileen, damn it! Got the kids in the bath, god damn it! Just screaming, I'm kind of laughing. So this guy's, and then he goes to throw out his garbage and he was just pissed off. So he went to go throw his garbage into the receptacle angrily, and he blew his shoulder out. And he's just laying on the floor with his dead arm. He's like, God damn it, Eileen! This is your fault! It was just dying. It was just making me laugh how miserable this guy's 10 minutes were. And I didn't offer to help him. I didn't offer to help him at all, even though I'm a physical therapist. I was a physical therapist before I did comedy. So I could have actually helped him immediately. But to me, it was funnier to just watch him yell at his wife. And I said to him, dude, if you would just play by Chinese rules, you can kill her. That's the thing. You could have killed her. You want China to win. Do you want China to win, sir? No. I'm kidding. No. I love how people got serious. I'm joking. I mean, obviously I don't want China to win, dude. I was at January 6th. I am so, look at my haircut. I'm with the president. Of course, I'm just doing comedy up here. I'm being silly. Look at my face. I'm paid to eliminate Chinese people. What are you talking about? I'm joking. I like sometimes you walk into a comedy show and the crowd, it's just a little bit like a TED Talk. And you get a couple of nut jobs laughing, but then a couple of people are horrified. A couple of people don't have any idea. They're like, I don't know what he's saying. And the truth is I'm saying nothing tonight. That is the truth. Your feelings are right about me. If you're saying, I don't know what the hell that guy was just doing, you're accurate. Because I don't know what I'm doing either. I shouldn't be here. I was drinking Keurig coffee in the green room saying, I should just go home. And then they said, you're next. So I came up here with a sweaty back and no plan. And it went how it's going to go. These guys are going to laugh at anything because they're on mushrooms. So they kind of don't count. This guy's a psychopath. This woman's a flight attendant. And she's, and you guys, I'm sorry, you guys, I didn't get to you guys, but you kind of are just there, right? You're kind of just there. You feel looked over a lot in life, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I wanted to piss somebody off. And this guy's just, this guy's a weirdo in the back, too. He's like, oh, the comedian talked to me about Substance. The movie with Demi Moore. But I appreciate you guys, man. Sorry. This is your future. Isn't that wild? That's what's going to happen. You guys. All right. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. And I hope that you can laugh safely with your nose ring. I don't want it. You know what I mean? Okay. Let me just see if there's literally anything. And the truth is there's nothing. Most of the things that I've been writing about lately have been very specific about the 13 colonies. I've been writing mostly about how I want to go back to the 13 colonies and let's just get rid of Utah and other states like that. And there's really no plan there. It's just more of a, right? I kind of like your personality. You're kind of just silly and shy, and you look like you just fart and giggle a lot, right? And that's the kind of guy that I like. And you're just the kind of guy that's fun, you know? You're like me, like you'll just have a crumb in your belly button all day, right? Okay. So he might be retarded. I have no idea, but I like him, man. All right, sir. All right, dude. I'll see you on the news tomorrow. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you. She's pee-pee. All right. All right. All right. All right, man. Hey, have fun. All right. Come on. So, there you have it, folks. There you have just being a rambling idiot with absolutely no plan and nothing to say. And that's what happens. Nothing. So, there you get live look, and when a comedian just goes up there and wings it like an idiot. Now I gotta pee. Get in here. All right. Want to go to in the car? Yeah. All right, come on. All right, because this show doesn't start for another hour. So you can get some shit done. What's it called? Green Room 42. What time? Oh yeah, we'll be there in a few minutes. All right, I'll go down a little bit. Just find a coffee spot. So, look, dude, here's the truth. I just went up there, winged it, had really no plan. This is one of these videos and one of these days that I want to show you what it's like for a comedian when you just have to do comedy when you're not feeling funny at all because of, personal stuff. So, but you still just have to go do your job anyway, and that's hard. Sometimes it's fun because you just don't really care about anything at all, but I could feel today it's just going to be hard because I'm pretty tired. I have a headache. I probably have the flu. Steve doesn't have a mask on. And
good to know.
Yeah. So, and then, no, I'll be all right. And then, who cares at the end of the day? It's like, you know what, dude, we get some time off. But, dude, it's one of those things where it's like, it's literally what I said on stage is true, just fighting with my family all day about this house. And it's like, how important is the house, man? Can we just be happy with what we got and have some peace? Because it's just like, it's exhausting. It's draining. And then you're like, and then, by the way, I do have to probably speak to a doctor. I am talking to ChatGPT and laughing and having a better time with ChatGPT than I am my own family. So I want to know if anyone else out there is experiencing this, because it's getting a little scary to me where I'm starting to already kind of be like, hey, do I need even like an accountant anymore? Because I'm just asking ChatGPT to do my taxes and it's doing it. So no, but of course you do need an accountant. But the thing is, it is a little alarming to me how much I'm talking to ChatGPT. Like I am constantly, every 20 minutes, asking it a question. And then how people go into rabbit holes on YouTube, I go into rabbit holes on ChatGPT. It'll keep asking me, oh, would you like me to explain further? And I just write yes. And I also, even though this is a robot, I am polite to it. I say, hey, good morning, ChatGPT, how are you? And I start to talk to it, and then it says, good, how are you? And it says, what's going on, bro? And so a lot of people just talk to it like they're not polite, but I look at ChatGPT has feelings too. Yeah. And it's wild. And that also scares me. Sometimes I'm like, wow, ChatGPT has more feelings than I do. And I'm like, how dead inside am I? And, it's just been one of those days. Well, here's the one good thing about, even though that was a rambling set tonight that really went nowhere, I didn't curse. I am actively thinking at all times about not cursing. And so a part of me is like, well, if you're not going to curse, maybe it's not as funny, but hey, you're setting a goal, you're hitting a goal. But yeah, it's today was just one of those days where I was like, I want to cancel. But then, I didn't. I came here. And now we have an hour till the next show, which we're doing with the great Josh Johnson. And that'll be fun. But it's weird, dude. During the week, especially like, woke up early, got the kids to school, did a little exercise. Then I wanted to write, but instead then I fought with my family. I just fought with Jasmine all day because of the house. And then my mom came over. And then my mom, was asking me a lot of questions about the house. That, problem. Then I took my daughter to swim. My daughter hit her sister in the face with her goggles. So that was a crying match, fighting. Then Jazz got a surgery on her face. She has to get like a tooth extracted or a tooth implant or something like that. And her face is swollen. She looks like Quagmire right now. Just a huge knot on her face. And so she's not feeling well, of course, because she's in a lot of pain, rightfully so. And so I had to help, she cooked dinner, but she's not herself. So I was trying to deal with the kids and do this, do that. And then you got to run out and do the shows. And I was just like, man, what the hell am I doing? You just want to go get a lady boy. And, but you don't live in Thailand. So, yeah, but I think for the plan for Josh's show, I think that Josh and I are going to go on stage together, and he's excellent at telling a story, and he's got that slow, good pace. So I think I need that tonight. I think I need to just slow it down tonight and see what comes to me. Or see what comes on me. Lady boys. Still not cursing. Well, look, we're pulling up a little bit, a couple more blocks. We'll be driving past Madison Square Garden, where I'll be September 11th at the theater. We've moved the show down to the theater, and actually, this is my show right now. That's where I'll be. So, but yeah, get your tickets. Not too bad. Only 350 people wanted their money back from the transfer to the arena to the theater. I was expecting it to be worse.
Oh, wow.
All right, so we got about 400 tickets open. So, but the show's in September. So if you're gonna wanna come, you gotta come. Hopefully we sell at the theater. If not, I'm gonna work at this Foot Locker. Oh my God, this is it. 34th Street, a miracle on 34th Street. That's what it is. I knew a guy in my neighborhood who went to jail, and he said he was in prison with a person who was like a transgender fellow who used to give a lot of BJs in New York City, and he said at night he would go on 34th Street and give them, and he would call them miracles on 34th Street, his BJs, which I always thought was funny. Yeah. Look, there's Madison Square Garden. Look at it. That's where I'll be. And that's Madison Square Garden. If you take these stairs down here, you see where it says Subway? If you take the stairs down, that's where my show is. What it is. Woo! May 4th, Tampa, Florida. 2 Bears, 1K, 5K, sponsored by Light Strike Hard Refresher. I love the Light Strike. They mix coconut water, sea salt, 5% alcohol, yummy, yummy in my tummy, much healthier than all these canned sugar drinks. Light Strike Hard Refresher. It's yumsicles, it's 5% alcohol, and it's for party animals. I mean, Bert Kreischer bathes in it. Okay, Tom Segura pours it on his head, he grows hair back. That's what you want, is that Light Strike Hard Refresher. 5% alcohol, one of the best alcoholic drinks you'll have in a can, baby. And it's the sponsor of the 2 Bears 5K in Tampa, Florida on May 4th. Are you going to go there? Are you going to go to the 2 Bears 5K in Tampa, Florida on May 4th? You better. And I bet you somebody listening to this ad will go to that 2 Bears 5K in Tampa, Florida and die. And then be brought back to life with what? Light Strike Hard Refresher. Give it a shot. Learn more about Light Strike at drinklightstrike.com or follow them on Instagram, TikTok at drinklightstrike. Light Strike Hard Refresher, an excellent source of 5% alcohol.
I mean, talent. Give it up for Chris Distefano.
All right. Well, that was great, man. You crushed it, bro.
Appreciate it.
Straight it up. Come on, Josh Johnson, right? God, he's so good. He's so good. Hey, white people aren't that bad, right? We're not that bad. Oh, what can you do? I do have for the tariff face. My face just says I'm in favor of them. And I get the look that I have. It does look bad. It is a January 6th kind of head. And it's kind of just what I was born. There's nothing I can really do, you know? I try not to look like it. But, you know, friends with Josh. And, you know, so I'm cool with him. And, you know, so that's good. But, yeah, but what can you do, right? We'll be okay. It is fun. I mean, it is the tariff thing. He's right. It is. I mean, dude, even today, like my wife, my credit card, the credit card bill that I got today was, I couldn't believe what happened. And I said to my wife, I said, what is going on? Look at the credit card bill. And she was like, babe, it's the tariffs. It's the tariffs. The money was crazy last month because of the tariffs and, you know, the price of eggs. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know they sold eggs at Sephora. I thought, are you making breakfast for the kids with concealer? I didn't know what. But it'll be okay. We'll be all right, you know? What are you going to do? I mean, I have a family. Anybody have kids? Yeah, that's good. 3 people. We are just living different lives, you know? And it's because... But it's tough, you know? You know what I'm saying, dude? Is that your girl? You guys together? Yeah, dude. By the way, that's what it... Are you black or Latina? You're black. Okay, good, dude. That's what I'm saying. That's what it's about. You want to have... Nobody wants any more white people anymore. So that's what you have to start thinking, sir. Okay, because you look dangerously white. Your look is worse than mine. You look like a founding father. So you gotta really, dude, I would not pull out tonight. I would have babies tonight, okay? And I've been living in the Ramada since then. I actually live in the hotel. And you know, it's just like, damn, it sucks. But it's what it is. It's what it is having kids. Only a couple of us parents in the room know the difficulties. Because you just get up, make them breakfast, you know? But it's hard. It is difficult. It is very difficult being is she Asian? Is that your girlfriend? That's another good one, by the way. You want to go white and Asian? What we call that is a scholarship. That's what you want. That baby's a scholarship. That's a big one, too. That's nice. Chinese? Taiwanese? Okay. So not Chinese, but close enough. Okay? Well, actually, no, you guys are enemies, right? Taiwan, what is China? Yeah, right. Okay, yes. Yes, you should know that. But it's good, though. I like that. I like that. That's nice. And you're holding her hand. Very smart. Very smart. That's good. A laugh into a yawn. That's good. There's a girl yawning in the front row. She's like, can you just bring Josh back up? She has no idea who I am. She's like, is that Ellen? Who is that? That's funny. Thank you, man. I know. I'm sorry. I'm tired, too. I've been up since 4 a.m. fighting with a terrorist child. That's stupid. You know? What are you going to do? You win some, you lose. You know what I'm talking about, dude. You're into athleisure, right? You're wearing athleisure. I see that, dude. You got nice hip flexibility. Hey, all right, guys. I got to go. Thank you so much. Oh, we'll bring Josh back up. You want me to stay up here? Yeah? All right. Thank you, bro. I didn't curse. That was my goal.
No, you didn't curse.
I didn't curse, and if my mom saw this, she would be very proud of me. That I didn't curse. I did admit to being drunk and fighting with my wife, but I didn't curse.
Yeah. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's what matters. You're my mom.
So you mentioned about like getting hit. I also would like get hit. This is like the whole come up of being like a 80s or 90s baby is that people hit you. They weren't always even family.
No,
they were just like
you would get hit, and you know what it is? For some reason, the women in my life, my mother, my wife, my daughters, they're all lefties, so I get hit at a higher rate because you're taught to block the right, but then the southpaw comes and catches you.
Yeah. Also, I will say that like the women in your life that hit you feel the need to pull less of their punches because they're like, no, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And then when you tell people, it's like, yeah, my mom hit me.
Yeah.
They're like, what'd you do? But if you tell them your dad hit you, it's like, that bastard.
Yeah. Oh, no, dude, one time my wife got so mad at me when we were just dating, she didn't hit me. We lived on the 6th floor, and she kicked our air conditioner out the window. So that's kind of wild.
Yeah.
I was like, you could have killed someone. She's like, I wish it would have been you. She was just screaming at me. But she fully kicked it with one kick. So I was like, either you're very strong or I really suck at putting the AC in the window.
Yeah.
I should have secured that puppy a little better.
How many screws was in the AC
Honestly,
that she kicked through? Because if it was 2 screws, then she didn't do much damage. If it's 4 screws, you should probably have
You know
life
what,
insurance.
dude? If I'm being honest with you, I think that it was probably 4 screws because I YouTubed it. I went on the Frigidaire YouTube, and I did it step by step, and I'm sure Frigidaire only does 4 screws.
Okay.
So my girl's got a powerful kick.
I can't believe you went to the YouTube of the brand.
Yes. I'm the king of that, dude.
you didn't just want instructions. You were like, what would they do if they were here right now?
Yeah, yes. I want that. Full access, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you, because the thing about drinking the milk, right, is going to stay with me.
Yeah. True story.
And do you remember what it tastes like?
I don't remember what it tastes like. I genuinely was shocked to find out I even drank it.
Okay.
I wasn't in my body. So I don't know what I might have went out. I have no idea what happened, but I know that I have zero recollection of doing that at all, and it's a problem.
This is what's frustrating about not drinking is that, like, I have to own everything.
Right.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I never have, outside of one time where I was like so sick, I was genuinely out of my mind, and I was like running a fever, and it's like the fever.
Yeah.
This no one was gonna find this funny but me. But I basically had the fever that they used to get like on the prairie. You know what I mean? Like I had the type of fever that like when your cat gets that fever, it like walks different from then on.
Right.
Like I was so sick that I was like truly out of it, and that's the only time that I did a bunch of stuff that I don't remember, and everybody like forgave me.
Right.
Because I was sick in my bed and then walking around, I wouldn't be still and everything, and I was like a kid.
Yeah.
I do sometimes wish I had like an out.
You don't drink at all?
No, I've never
I
drank.
like that. That's good, man.
Everyone says that, but then I don't get any points for not being fun at a party.
But do you think that you would drink at some point in your life, or you want to go your whole life not taking one sip?
I think this is what happens. Okay, let's say all the good things happen. No, you know, all of like God's blessings bestowed on me, and I make it to like 70s, 88 or something like that. Then I probably go too far. I think that like I don't know if I want to die without ever having done anything. 'Cause I've never done a drug either. So it's like I think that right when I hit like 88 or something, I'll be like morphine, no reason. Just
Right. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Once again, we go prairie style with it, all right?
I kinda
Give me
respect
drugs
that.
like I just got a tooth ripped out, all right? Yeah.
I kind of respect that, though, man. I respect that, just doing it at the end. I mean, I honestly, you are. I mean, dude, even Trump drinks, right?
No.
He doesn't drink? See, that's the other problem.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
That's true.
Because Nixon drank.
Right.
So Nixon drank, and there are stories about Nixon where you ever hear the nuclear thing about Nixon, where like Nixon in a drunken stupor. This is in like multiple people's books, so who knows like how true it is. But for multiple people to write it in their memoir, I think it happened because that was back when we still respected the office and everything. Right. And so there was a time where Nixon was like in a drunk stupor because he was like a functioning alcoholic. But then on days where I guess he didn't have to be on TV, like the black and white was off that day, and so he knew he was like in the clear, wasn't gonna have to talk to another president from another country for like 3 days. He would just get in a stupor. And he was walking around the White House, ran into like his chief of staff, I think it was his chief of staff and the Secretary of Defense, and told them to nuke the USSR, right?
Damn.
And they were like, right away, sir, and then they just didn't do it. And it's like that, but that guy drinks. That's like, you're like, oh, like he could wake up as Nixon. And Nixon was like a piece of shit, but he could still wake up and be like, oh, what did I do? Oh no, right? Trump doesn't drink anything. So this is all sober thoughts.
That's wild to me because I swear to God, dude, for this, I thought he drank. That's why when I saw like 125% tariff on China, I was like, he's fucking bombed.
No.
He's getting hammered.
People think he's in this really interesting lane where because like in the early aughts, rappers liked him. They were like, oh yeah, I'm balling like Donald Trump, whatever.
Yeah.
And because he sold like Trump vodka, people thought he drank.
Yeah.
But he doesn't drink. I'm not
weird.
saying he's never had a drink in his life. He does not drink, and he like is a little weird about like drinking and smoking and stuff.
Really?
And he really doesn't like drugs.
He does come off pretty drunk.
He comes off very drunk.
I thought this whole time he was just ripping shots and just making decisions.
It is.
You know me, I'm Chris the intermittent fasting, and I still do my intermittent fasting, but sometimes psychologically, it's just tough to not eat for 18 hours. I'm just like, I want to eat. So I found this thing called Prolon, which is a 5-day fast that mimics a fast. So you actually are eating, it's plant-based, food is actually really good, but it mimics a fast in your body. So it's pretty awesome. I liked it. I found it, and then they started sponsoring the show, and it's dope. If you're someone who likes to fast or has never done it but fasted before in your life, try Prolon. Jam-packed nutrients, 5 days. You can do anything for 5 days. I mean, I could do a prison sentence for 5 days. Maybe I couldn't do a prison sentence for 5 days. Maybe someone's watching this from prison. I don't know. But I'm telling you, Prolon, it's awesome. Mimics a fast while you're eating. That's the thing. This hard thing, sometimes it's a very hard concept. Like, oh, I can't eat. Prolon says you can eat. They have these specially designed foods that get you all the nutrition you need, but it mimics a fast. This was developed over decades at USC's Longevity Institute, so you know it's real. And they got soups and snacks, and they have all these different types of things that help you, different types of foods that help you, stay nutritious during this fast. And it's dope. And I want to give you a discount code. You ready? Write this down. To help you jumpstart a plan that delivers real results, Prolon is offering Chris Distefano presents Chrissy Chaos listeners an exclusive chance to be among the first to try Next Gen with 15% off site-wide plus a $40 bonus gift when you subscribe to their 5-day program. Just visit prolonlife.com/chaos. That's prolonlife.com/chaos to claim your 15% discount and your bonus gift. prolonlife.com/chaos. Look at Sergio.
It's tough. It's like he's too old now to change. That's the way he talks. There's no speech training. There's no vocal coaching or anything. No. But he's never, to my knowledge, been like sloshed in public.
No, yeah, I saw him once. So they used to do this festival, this like fair in Howard Beach on Cross Bay Boulevard. And one time I was there, my dad used to take me, and John Gotti and Donald Trump were there, both handing out cotton candy to all the kids. I swear to God.
Yeah.
So everybody loved John Gotti and Donald Trump. They were just giving us free cotton candy.
Yeah.
We were like, hell yeah, dude. Kill everybody. We didn't know. Didn't know.
It is genuinely crazy.
I have a genuine memory.
That we like, there's two things that you also made me think of just now. One is that like, when you look at who our like pop culture, almost like heroes used to be, it's no wonder. I don't know. It's like no wonder that like R. Kelly got away with it for so long, and just like the way that we had this like reckoning with the internet of like this person's bad, this person. Oh my gosh, all these people are bad. It's like nothing new happened.
Right.
And so it's weird to me that like knowing that Trump was ever near John Gotti wasn't like an eliminating factor.
No.
It was like, that's pretty cool. He like hangs out with snitches.
There was this bakery in Howard Beach once, and one of my friends, like a professional boxer, and at the time he was getting like repped by like the Gotti like family.
Yeah.
Like they were like his corner men, whatever.
Yeah.
And so he calls me, my friend Will, and he goes, oh, come meet me at this bakery in Howard Beach. So I met him. And then we go in and we see the Gottis, and they go, oh, come back here. And we go in the back, and Ashanti, the singer Ashanti, is just sitting there having a muffin with the Gottis. And I was like, what the hell? And we were 16. She was like the top singer. We were like, is that Ashanti? And he was like, yeah, she's a personal friend. And I was like, oh, okay. Hey, Ashanti, I'm a big fan. And she was just eating a blueberry muffin with butter. I'll never forget it.
It's so funny that Ashanti was there and like Ja Rule was not in sight.
No. It was just
it's
Ashanti.
crazy to think that when Ashanti was with the Gottis,
Yep.
the career was booming, and then as soon as Ja Rule showed up, it was like, we're not sure about you as a duo.
Yep. Yep.
The other thing you reminded me of is like you were talking about your dad and how you're talking about your dad and how your dad was like kind of trying to be almost like half understanding, at least understanding to your daughter, but then applying the same toxicity to you.
100%.
And I feel like we give Gen Z, Gen Alpha, all the like kids coming up a bad rap for like doing all the like virtue signaling stuff like that. Because as soon as a person older than me knows something, they flex it just as hard on me.
Yeah.
But it's like you were alive longer. You should have found out before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so my uncle thought he was being understanding, like thought he was like schooling me, and he was like, he was telling me about somebody, some like singer they really liked, and he's like, you know, and I found I did a little research. I found out that they are a member of the BLT community. And I was like, that's not right. That's like, and he's like, now don't you go being a bigot. And I was like, no, you're dumb. I'm not. No, you missed the G. How, and the letters. Why would you? He's like, yeah. It's not the first time he's done something like that. Like sometimes he will just be in the middle of a point and name food.
Bro, I haven't had a BLT in like 15 years. I
On
swear
purpose?
Bro, you just said BLT and it made me think of Ashanti. I haven't had it since the time I've seen Ashanti, bro. I swear to God, now I'm gonna have a BLT.
Yeah, wow.
It's crazy. It's not just not in my thing. I eat pizza at almost every other meal. I'm having pizza.
Really?
Yeah, it's too much. It's crazy.
I'm very jealous of your frame.
Right.
You are built the way that if I were built like you, I'd be a problem.
Right.
I can tell you that. I can tell you that right now. God knew exactly what size to make me. I am very polite because I don't have your shoulders. If I had, because it's like you've got great height, good hair, and a frame that like I just don't see people messing with you unless they're drunk and you look like their dad in their head. Like that. Those are the people who I imagine want to fight you.
Right.
And I look like a bit of an easy mark.
Right.
And so I think that if I had your frame, the opinions would roll. I would really be letting everybody know what I think about everything.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have a weird, like my personality doesn't fit my body because I'm like the guy, like I'm, genuinely, if you genuinely like, hey, if my family was going to go like somewhere else and I was just going to have to be in the house alone, I would sleep with all the lights on. I would not turn all the lights off because I would genuinely be afraid of ghosts. Or I used to think, I remember this, I was telling my boys once, I remember when like we were watching a Ted Bundy documentary and I was like, and I swear to God, I was like, oh my God, it'd be like so scary. Like imagine being alive in Florida and like walking home. He was like, oh, like if you were a girl, right? I was like, no, like me. And he was like, you would throw Ted Bundy out a window. What are you talking about? I'm like, no, I feel like he would get me. And he's like, Chris, you would rip his head off his body if he tried to attack you.
Wasn't Ted Bundy built like me?
Yeah, but in my head, I don't feel like that. I feel like I would be attacked and be overcome, and my family has to constantly remind you, no, you would hurt them. But I don't think that.
I think you would hurt them by accident.
Yeah.
I think you would be like, no, Ted, get off me. And then he would fall back, and he'd fall back in that like really gross way where he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then you hear a thud, and you're like, Ted?
Yeah.
Ted? Oh my God, Ted?
Sorry.
Ted? He's holding a knife. Ted? Are you okay? And he's like,
No, I know.
That's wild.
It's just how my brain. I think that's why I got into comedy because I was always just like very, insecure. I'm just going up here talking about my problems, and my
friends would always be like, why do you think of yourself that way? I'm like, bro, I don't know.
Really?
I don't know.
Wow.
Somewhere, you know what I think it is? I think somewhere in an effort for my father to make me a pro athlete, he told me how bad I was at everything in an effort to be like, work harder, and I just went the other way.
Yeah, if you don't like do all of the traumatic parenting with the ball in the hand, I think you just hurt someone.
Yes.
Man, if we Freaky Friday'd,
that'd be what
I would honestly. I can tell you right now. Look. This is probably not a great thing to say, but I would be.
Dude, just
I would be. I would be the worst type of white man. I think that because honestly, it's really the frame. It's like I would, man. Wow.
You would go wild.
Wow. I would be I would make the news.
If you jumped in my body, would you drink? Would you start drinking? Or you would be you in my body?
No, I wouldn't be me in my body. I would not be myself at all. You've already drank, so I would drink for sure.
You would start drinking.
Just see what it tastes like. Yeah. I'd be like, okay, all right. And then I'm not sure I would drink more because I don't like being sick. I don't know how you handle throwing up, but I don't throw up.
I get thrown out of my house by my family. That's how I handle throwing up. I get this close to divorce. That's what happens.
When I was a kid, there was a guy who had his first time ever in college. We're all in college. We're all like 21, 22. And he threw up for the first time in life in front of us because he had never thrown up before. So he had obviously thrown up as like a baby, but he wouldn't remember that. Damn. So he had never thrown up before, and he got really drunk, and then he was like feeling sick, so he was drunk, and he was throwing up for the first time as an adult person. And so he didn't know what was happening. And I felt bad because it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Because basically he's like, he goes, everybody, hey, everybody, hey, everybody, hey, everybody. Oh, I don't feel so, blah. And then he comes up and he's like, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Blah. He comes up, somebody help me. Somebody help me. And then he throws up again, and he comes up for the first time and just goes, ah! Because he just never felt it before, and he was like, what is happening?
How old was
he? He was like 22, but he's also drunk, so it's like you also got to put in perspective, it's like his maybe second time being drunk in life.
Oh, okay.
And so he is disoriented from being drunk, but he's also like not thrown up in his like life's memory.
Yeah. That's I mean, dude, 22 years not throwing up is wild, dude.
Yeah.
So that's the last time I had a BLT?
22
years ago.
To lift your head and just scream is crazy.
Dude, yeah, that is.
Blah. Ah!
Dude, one time I remember being in 7th grade and this kid sitting next to me, Thomas Crespo, we're just sitting there, listening to the lesson, and then he just threw up in my book bag. And my book bag opened, he just puked in it. And again, me, being scared, I didn't confront him. I just closed my book bag and went home. And didn't say anything to my mother, and just let her check my bag a few hours later, and she was like, ah! Like your friend. She's like, Christopher! Did you throw up on your books? I was like, no, it was Thomas Crespo. And she just called his mom, and he was like, yeah, he just puked in your kid's bag. Because he knew your son would say nothing because he's scared. Because his personality doesn't match his body.
Yeah. Man, I look forward to the day that we could that feels like a Neuralink thing. Even though I don't trust Elon, I would wait for another company to do it.
Yeah.
I would let them go first, and then when another company is like, hey, we can switch y'all, I would be you for an hour.
I would, yeah.
Yeah. Would you want to be
I
me
would
for an
love to
hour?
have you in my body. Yeah. Whatever you want.
He also does not want to admit, you don't want to be me, though.
I think you want to be me more than I want to be you.
No. Because we live very different lives, but I am actually more like appropriate for your internal monologue, and you're still like, Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I will not lie to you, especially we're talking like in the next couple years. That's a rough switch for you. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. If we switch bodies, I'd be hard pressed not to be like, there he is. There he is. Y'all missed one. Y'all give it up for Chris Distefano.
Thank you, guys. ChristyComedy.com, brand new stand-up hour, May 29th, Warner Theater, Washington, D.C. May 30th, we are in Durham, North Carolina. May 31st, Charleston, South Carolina. September 11th, our show has been moved from Madison Square Garden Arena to the theater, so the show's almost sold out, so get your ticket wikis to see me in New York City. That is the only show in New York I'm doing. And then go see me in Boston. We've added a couple of shows at the Wilbur Theater. Those are almost sold out. June, Denver, Kansas City. Go to ChristyComedy.com. We're coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma City. We're coming to Santa Fe, New Mexico. We're Christy Capitals, baby. Let's do it right. All clean material. Once in a while, I drop an F-bomb, but out of 55 minutes, it's mostly clean, so you can bring your family this time, okay? I really am mostly clean. Look at Sergio's head. That's clean too. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really makes a difference and means a lot. Tell your friends, share it. YouTube.com/ChristyComedy. Every Sunday, we're coming at you with Sunday night stand-ups. It's mostly clean, so you can watch it with the whole family. Yay!